Perfect. What is poppin', baby?
Everything is popping. Everything is popping. Everything is perfect because it's ordained by God. And that's just where I'm at with life.
We got to get right into it. Welcome back to another Big Talk session. It is your host, Tara Chantel, and I have the goddess with me. I would allow you to introduce yourself, and please don't be humble. Let them know who you is, what you do, where you be at.
Okay.
Hand it over.
Hey, loves. My name is Asada Cheers. I'm currently located in ATL. I do brand development. I do business development. I do everything for business owners, for influencers, and people who just want to build their brand. I have about 7 clients right now. Yes, sis. And they're all located in different states. So
the power of technology.
Yes, and I haven't even promoted for real on my social media networks yet because everything's new. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm taking in like actresses now and models. And it's been fun. It's been a good experience. I also do podcasting, and that's in a rebranding process. So that's me, Asada Imani. And follow my page, Asada Cheers. Okay.
Wow. So being able to help brands develop, what aspects go into that?
Really, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. It's all about the strategy. And I feel like I'm a master strategist. I'll have a bachelor's degree, but beyond the degree, I've been gifted with strategizing. And so people will seek my guidance and I charge $100 for a consultation.
Period.
Because I got a lot of, for real, I got some gems in there. You can change your whole everything.
Right. Tell her to drop them for us real quick.
Yes.
God, literally, with the whole queen right now, you're going to have to just sprinkle a little bit.
Yes. It's an expansion. I was sprinkle. Give me some Tinkerbell.
So tell us like a tip for marketing that we can all use to like elevate our brand.
Authenticity and consistency. You gotta be organic. A lot of times, like I do image consulting, and so I have a woman who's very modest, and that's who she is naturally. But she wanted to do some different stuff to attract different people. It wasn't about portraying a false image. It was about showing that you're a multi-dimensional woman. And be authentic in that. Don't try to fit a mold because you're like, I want my brand to express this. That's boring. People get tired of seeing the same font on your quotes and the same, you know what I'm saying, the same picture background and aesthetics. They want new clothes. They want new vibes. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the authenticity and the consistency.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's power. Because I feel so free just being myself now.
Yes.
It's like you take the shackles off.
Yes.
How is freedom for you?
Freedom for me is everything. And I was telling you, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I sought and I got redeemed and received freedom through believing in Christ Jesus. I was not always a believer. I was kind of, confused, believing in different gods. And freedom for me is deeper than religion. It's the spirit. I don't even do the same basic, traditional, conventional Christian acts. So a Christian will look at me and be like, girl, you ain't a Christian. Honestly. But I have the Holy Spirit in me. And so that freedom that brings, I feel free to be myself. I feel free to come as I am. I feel free to be loud.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. We going to grandmama's house. Grandmama, this is who I am. With all respect. I don't care if we go into the president's ball. This is who I am. And that's freedom. You don't shift or alter your truth. You don't do that. There's nothing free in that.
And I feel like that's disobeying God when you're not yourself. And that's what we do a lot, like living in society, like unconsciously just following along the world and not even following our truth.
Yes.
You know what you said earlier that I would love for you to like touch on, because we have been so accustomed to like achieving and looking towards the future, like waiting for someone to save us. But tell us what Paul said, honestly. Let's go right into it.
What Paul said? Well, hey, so Paul said, and if you're familiar with the Bible, Paul, I ain't gonna break it down, but Paul has a piece in the Bible. He has a lot of pieces in the Bible. And I don't remember exactly what scripture. I think it was Corinthians or Colossians. I don't remember. That's exactly my point. But about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he was talking about marriage. So Paul in the Bible was talking about marriage and how marriage brings many troubles. That's just period. That's exactly what it said. Marriage brings many troubles. When you are in your singleness, it's you and the Lord. You get it? Yeah. Troubles versus peace.
But why we be choosing peace?
Why we be choosing peace?
I mean, ooh. Why we be choosing peace?
No,
that's naturally what we should be choosing. Why do society choose trouble? Because we do. That's our first reaction, that we should be choosing peace. But why do we choose trouble?
It all goes down to the chaos that our society is rooted in. There's chaos on the television. People love watching dramatic, Lifetime-based movies and shows. We live for that.
We love scary movies. Why do we like Halloween? Why is that even existing?
Stimulation. The thrills. We want that all the time. But there's so much beauty and stillness and peace and solitude.
Solitude is where the magic happens. Is when you identify who you are. And most people run away from who they are.
Our whole culture does.
That's why I realize, like, especially they say to women, oh, you gotta find you somebody. You can't be alone now. You gotta find you somebody. And I'm like, why do we have to find anyone? Like, we are already completed. I never understood it.
Wow. When you said find someone, to me it said come out of myself and look for something outside of myself.
That will never fill me up. Because who really gonna fill us up is God. And we know that, and we're seeking, like, we get distracted. I feel like society got us so distracted, thinking like we're less than. Like, we don't got all the answers. Like, we need a degree. Like, we need a job. We need all this aesthetic stuff to fit this mold to prove to others. But, like, we don't gotta prove to nobody nothing.
That's facts. Everything you just said is, like, outside of you. You're leaving an empty void, an empty, like, I don't know, an empty soul to step outside of yourself. You create an empty soul by stepping outside of yourself. You're escaping yourself, like you said. And then you're outside of yourself that you don't even know yourself. You're trying to look at yourself from someone else's perspective. It's time to, hop back into your own body. Deal with the problems that you're running away from. You know what I'm saying?
Look within.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like we add so much pressure into relationships for someone else to, like, make us happy. Making them do backflips to, like, keep up. Because it's all personal fulfillment when we, like, have this list for a relationship. Yes. I need him to be like this. I need her to be like this. And that's about you. But why can't you be that list?
For yourself.
For yourself, literally. Instead of, like, thinking that is outside of you, why can't you be the list?
Hallelujah. Amen. Nah, for real. We want a provider. Someone who loves family. Everything that you lack, you be writing down. I want a man with 8 figures. You know what I'm saying?
8 figures!
You got $1,000 in the bank. And there's nothing wrong with having $1,000 in the bank. But why do you want someone to give you something?
And that's what I'm saying. Why do you think money is the real wealth?
Yes. Somebody asked me that yesterday. Yes.
Wow. Because that true wealth is your spirit, is your soul that can never be tampered with, never be taken away. And that's what we should, like, value the most. That's what I feel like we should, like, truly, like, flourish and develop, because they got us thinking that we have to chase things and that equals achievement. But we don't get a lot of rewards for like cleansing our soul, from doing our fasting. Like we don't see like a reward from that, but it's only internally we feel that reward.
Yes, absolutely. Society doesn't reward that. We reward the finished product. The process isn't honored until the finished product is delivered. Because I was thinking about that today. I was like, maybe I should share some of this process. And I'm like, you know what? They're not going to respect it yet. They ain't going to respect it until the finished product is presented. And
girl, you gotta share that process to show them it don't happen overnight. Like this is a day-to-day fight that I have to deal with every single day, and I'm taking you through the trenches, because people really think that things happen overnight. Oh, you just blew up overnight. No, we've been working diligently, consistently, being obedient. Yes. But nobody sees that process. Nobody sees the obedience.
Even when you share the process, they're like, oh, that's cool, but you still haven't did this yet. So, but when they see, oh, like Tara got acknowledged on like a big major, Instagram page, they're like, oh my God, like congratulations. Y'all ain't seen a video from last week though, when it was on my page? And it's like, they don't see it until it's like this big production. That's what they want.
And why do it have to be a big production, like especially like from white Hollywood? Like why can't you? Ooh, let's talk about this real quick, because I feel like people really will try to downplay your accomplishments. You gotta watch out for whoever says little in front of your achievements. Oh, your little podcast, your little show, your little YouTube. That's some haters right there. That's trying to downplay your vision, because only you got your vision, and it's much bigger than where it's at this moment. But of course, they're going to try to downplay and project their fears onto you, and that's a red flag. Put the red flag down. We be saying red flag. That's a red flag when instantly somebody says little to any of your accomplishments.
Somebody said little yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
Red flag.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to represent that.
What you think about that when someone's like really tries to downplay your achievement and put little in front of it?
It was me. Little's me. So honestly, it's the same.
you said little?
It was about me.
Oh.
It was like little girl, like girlfriend, like type, like trying to downplay my position. But you just saying that is like, I didn't think of it as a red flag. But.
Cause that's a trending topic right now, red flags, and everybody's like ignoring the red flags ignoring the red flags and still entering into toxic relationships.
Cause they like that shit stuff.
Literally, I think people really thrive off of like toxicity.
Yes. Okay, I'm speaking to the youth.
So, no, but why do they? I think it may be because they were brung up in like chaos. What do you think about like people just thriving off of drama?
It's the same as going back to when somebody says little about your stuff. They have a you think small, I think biggie. That's what I just came to my mind. Jay-Z.
Oh!
You think small, I think biggie. That's showing me that's where you're at eternally.
Oh, you don't believe in you.
Yeah, you don't believe in yourself.
We think in abundance, baby.
You see yourself as little. And you see yourself and everything in you is small. So you're trying to project that. That's what you speak is who you are. As a man thinketh, so is he. So, and as you speak, that represents your mind. And so for you to just say that off kill and it just flows off your tongue, I see where you're at yourself. Sir, ma'am. And that's fine. And same with the drama. People who yearn on drama are trying to present dramatic situations. That's where you are. And I give you peace be upon you because I can't be around you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's like boundaries that we have to set in. But we got to also believe that God will give us a vision. And he will have to bless us with something small right now. Like it's not little, it's small. And you have to be fruitful with what you have at this present moment and then watch it progress abundantly. We got to trust the baby steps that we take on this journey. And we can't allow anyone to downplay us when we are moving towards the vision that God called us to be on.
Absolutely. Yes. Because even you receive, you know, you were saying, you know, I receive negative commentary and positive commentary. But you're at the point internally within yourself that you're not feeling consumed by the negative commentary. Because you know where you are headed. You know the plans that he has for you, plans to prosper you and not harm you. And you know that. And we have to be okay with not seeking validation outside of self.
And that takes a lot of willpower to know who you are and deflect all of those dodges, all of those low jabs that come your way that tries to knock you off course, to have you questioning yourself, because they will. But that's why I feel like we have to be ready for what we ask God for. Like, I purposely really asked God for it. Thank you for the platform that I had before I had the platform.
Yes.
And then now, like, having a platform and you gotta be cautious with what you say, because some people don't have common sense. Some people really don't have logic. So speaking with love and just being truly loving from a loving place.
Yes.
But you can't please everybody at the same time, because you still got to stay authentic to yourself. So it's really an art form in itself. Like communicating to people who can understand, because you got to talk to different levels here.
Don't even alter your level, though, because those who are meant to receive your message will receive it. And those who aren't gonna, you know, watch something else.
Keep scrolling.
Yeah, keep scrolling. And it's okay. They can keep scrolling, because we don't alter our truth. We're not going to alter our message to conform to you.
Yeah.
We know who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You might get mentioned. You might be able to relate to this topic. Maybe not this one, because you're a multidimensional, multifaceted woman. Tara is. So they might not be able to relate to Tara's this episode about, you know, freedom in relationships. But they can relate to your financial freedom episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're not going to alter the message. Whatever's on our spirit, we're going to say it just how it come. And whoever feels it, going to feel it. And whoever don't, that's cool.
Oh, and that's just being a dangerous woman that, you know, that I want to like touch on, because being a dangerous woman to society is a threat to people. They don't want to see you out of control, like not having, nobody's in control of you. So you mean to tell me nobody has authority over you but God?
Yes, like yes, and it is like yes. That's so like frustrating for people to think that you have to be like everybody else. And we have this like clone identity thing. Like somebody was putting like every girl looks the same now. No, they don't, sir. Your Explore page looks like every girl looks the same.
Because that's what you're liking. That's your algorithm.
Exactly. Not every girl, you know, has, and this is just the basic, you know, the body getting done, and you know, the weave and the lips and the lashes, and it's beautiful. I think that, you know, adding to yourself is beautiful. I add to myself. I'll add some makeup, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that's beautiful. You can wipe that off.
Yeah. You can't wipe the body off.
Yeah, because you know, because why are we getting our body done for whom? Because the male species that are underdeveloped are not worthy of you having a booty just walking around here. They can't handle that.
Yes.
They really are underdeveloped.
Girl.
So it's like, who are we doing this for? Are we trying to compete with our sisters doing this? Or are we really want male attention?
I think sometimes we really want a body, and we don't want to work for that body the way that is required. So we'll do the easy route. And that's what a lot of people do with a lot of things. And it's just, you know, convenient. We live in a convenient time. Which is a blessing.
Microwavable.
Yeah. New body. Yes.
And I realized the what you gotta go through to get this body. You are bleeding over and over again to get this body. Like the recovery stage, and I'm like, is this really worth your life?
It's not.
Because this is, you know, because I know you are a spiritual being having this human experience. So you are blessed to have this temple. You know, blessed to have this beautiful temple.
Yes.
And the fact that you want to alter it, like, we're not satisfied with this temple that we have, and we feel like we have to make changes, jeopardizing it for who? For likes? For social media?
It's to fit a new standard. That's all it is, to fit a new standard. Because, you know, at one point the standard was small nose, straight hair. You know what I'm saying? So people get their nose done. Like, I love you, Lil Kim, sorry. Like, for example, Lil Kim, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. It was a fine black man. Big nose, full lips. He was fine.
He was beautiful.
He was fine, honey. I'll mess with him if he was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he was trying to meet the standard of his times.
Dang.
He hated himself.
I wonder what it does, like, what does it feel to really, like, hate yourself when you gotta live with yourself?
I've been there before.
How did you overcome that?
Oh, well, here we go. Moment of truth. Honestly, the hate was, I'll get to the root. I always like to get to the root first. But the hate was rooted in being in an all-white school. We had like 3 black kids. It was Clearview High School in Lorain, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And at the time that I was going there, it was about 3 black kids in my class. Taylor, Talia, me, Bruce. That was it 4. But it was a small, you know, class. And it was predominantly white people. We would get, you know, made fun of for being black. Like, they would say things like, black. Like, literally, like, in your face. And I would be like, I don't even know what my response was. Yeah. But I didn't stand up for myself the right way at the time. And this was,
because we were a child, though. Like, children.
Yes. This was from, I was in the same school system from elementary school to high school. And I was surrounded by the same racism. And I didn't know myself, for real. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I was whitewashed. And I hated who I was because everyone around me was something different. Yeah. So I aspired to be the Puerto Rican with the long hair, the small nose, you know what I'm saying, the perfect body. Or I didn't really never aspire to be a white girl, to be honest. Yeah. To be honest. But just keeping it real. I love y'all, but I ain't want to be y'all. Yeah. But, you know, I wanted to be something I wasn't. And so I, you know, grew up, went to college, never came out of that. In college at Kent State University, we had something called Black Kent State University. And it's just all black people. Capita Transiciones is like the new people come and you meet. It's all dedicated to black people. Mm. I had never seen so many black people in my life. Never saw them, never been around them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to, while I was going through this, I'm trying to be around my black family. And my parents, like, they ghetto. They're not going to influence your life. Well, they're the blackest thing I got in my life. So, you know what I'm saying? So when I get to college, and it's just a family and a friendship of blackness and black excellence. Everybody was making moves. Everybody was doing something. Oh, we gonna kick it at night too.
Wow.
But that's what shifted it, was college. So to go from hating who I was because I wasn't loved for who I was, and I was being hated for who I was, and the whole society was hating. You know what I'm saying? I hated my nose. I hated my hair. I had long, beautiful black curly hair. I chopped all my hair off last year because I was going through like a renewal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But back to, you know, getting out of that. At Kent State University, being surrounded by a community of black people who love themselves. I had a long weave. Everything I told you I wanted, remember I said I want to be the Puerto Rican with the long hair? I created. I bought some long weave. Everybody thought it was my hair because, you know, I got that expensive. Yes. And they thought it was, you know, and I put makeup on every day. I didn't like my skin tone or my skin, or I put makeup on every single day, Tara. In college. And nobody would know I hated myself. They would all just really, I was, you know, well known in college and liked in college, but I hated myself. Wow. And I would talk to men who hated me too.
Because that's what we are attracting, like where we're at.
Yes. So the turning point was I had a mental health breakdown, but it was rooted in spirit because I had a spirit of hatred in me. So when an enemy's living in yourself, I wanted to be outside of my body so much, Tara. I told myself I hated myself. I was laying on a mental health hospital floor. This is, mind you, I was supposed to graduate in December 2018. I ended up in a mental health hospital. An asylum. And I'm like, excuse me. You know, at the time, I was like, excuse me. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I wasn't conscious.
Doesn't it feel like a movie? Were you like living your own movie?
It was a movie. I was on the floor crying, screaming. And it wasn't because I wasn't mad that I was there. I was mad at my own self. I just kept telling myself, I hate myself. I hate myself. And a white woman, you know, she said, get off the floor. And I said, why? She said, you have to have dignity. I didn't even have no respect for myself. I'm on this nasty hospital, asylum, mental health floor. You know what I'm saying? Telling myself how much I hated myself. And it's all coming out in the surface, and I'm screaming, you know, thinking about the man that was not treating me right at the time, and he didn't know no better. He knew he wasn't treating me right, but, you know, he hated himself too.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that spirit of hate was so predominant in my life that I can relate to anybody that's hating themselves now, to the point where I've been there. I've tried to alter myself. I've tried to put a sewing in my hair, breaking my own hair off when I got hair. You know what I'm saying? And people loving my hair, like they loving my real hair.
Like they loving you, but you just don't feel that within yourself.
And the makeup every day, I was disgusted with myself. Disgusted, Tara. So fast forward, I was suicidal. Was in and out of mental hospitals after that, and missed graduation. Everybody thought I was missing at school because it was random. Wasn't missing, was in mental health hospitals, back and forth. Then missed my graduation. I had to take everything online, ended up getting the degree later, but to finish everything out. But during that time period, I had a big breakout in my skin. It was like the spirit of hate was just making me hate myself more. And so I hated myself even more. Now I have this pimples. Oh my God. Like, I was freaking out because I was in that white woman privilege mindset. I was born in the suburbs of Lorraine. Now, Lorraine is predominantly hood, but I was born in the suburbs. I just had this uppity white, I'm perfect, even though I'm covering who I really am, even though this ain't my hair. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I lived in hate for myself for, I would say, a good 22 years. Wow. So I lived that. So I understand the woman who's altering her body. But I also understand that you're killing yourself. You're killing your soul. I've killed my own soul before. I've wanted to kill my body before because of who I was. I didn't like my skin. I didn't like my hair. I didn't like the pimples that were coming from my thoughts. Mm. You know, I didn't like it. I hated myself. And I wanted to kill myself. I slept in my room for 3 months in depression after getting out of one hospital. In depression, just depressed, having a handful of pills, just taking pills, smoking weed, just trying to do everything to escape who I am because I hated who I was. So you were like, I can't relate to that. It's good you couldn't, you know, like a lot of people are privileged to be around their own kind early and be around a lot of Black excellence early. It's a blessing and a privilege for real. Because I was the perspective that the white man has on us, it was my perspective about myself. Yeah. I wasn't shit. I wasn't anything. Yeah. So, long story short, you know, didn't kill myself, still here. But I chopped my hair off, and last year, it started over from the inside out. And yeah, with the Holy Spirit, with Jesus Christ, and my whole life changed, and I love myself. Wow. I genuinely love myself.
Wow. I just appreciate you for sharing that to us. You know how much I can relate because I did go to a predominantly white school as well, to have me straightening my hair, to thinking I gotta perm my hair, to wearing Hollister and Abercrombie, fitting this mold. Yes. You feel me? Yes. But we don't even know the impact that has on us, and that's our youth. And do we gotta understand what's to come, how we overcame that, and how we were brainwashed at an early age. And you know, children, we are easily we're a sponge to feel like we're less than, and we have to do all this other stuff, and we're just easily being targeted at that age. But the fact that you are so beautiful,
thank you.
So I know you hear this all the time. But the fact that you feel now that you are worthy, that you are whole, that you are complete, that you don't need any of that other stuff to tell you. You don't even need nobody to tell you that, because you know yourself now. And that's what we all just got to get to that place. But unfortunately, sometimes we do get broken down in childhood, but we can't give up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't give up.
Yeah. Yes, and these children are in school, and they're being handed mindsets and cultural influences that their parents can tell them 1,000 things. You can tell me I'm pretty, mom, or You could tell. My dad taught me had a library of African history and would teach me about who I was. I still don't love myself. It wasn't until I was in a community of Black people who loved themselves that I began to. Even then, I didn't love myself, to be honest. I had to go to a mental asylum and get, this gotta go. You know what I'm saying? It had to get there. Nobody can make you love you but you.
What was the steps of loving yourself?
Well, I bought your book.
Oh!
Self-love manual. I did buy your book.
Wow.
I've been reading your book
still.
And I read
Thank
books.
you.
I read books. You're very wise. And I watched things on YouTube, but it honestly was facing all the hate. Facing the hate. Well, why? Going back to why. What's the core of this? I still have scars from 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's not done. The journey's not done. The process isn't done. And I'm still working on those things. If you think about it, if you've done something habitually for 22 years, it's been 2 years in now. I'm 24 now. Yeah. It's been 2 years. I'm a baby in loving myself. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh into it, yes.
So nourishing yourself, setting a standard for yourself, knowing yourself, and not looking outside of yourself. There is no one more beautiful than you. There is no one better, flyer, more liked than you. You have to like you. Them people that get liked a lot, they like themselves, baby.
It's the confidence. The confidence.
They really like themselves. And even people who hate themselves are really liked. So that's the whole point. It starts with you. So you have to purge everything that is not of who you really are. The lies. Because anything negative that you hear is a lie.
It's not of God. And the fact that, like, going to a predominantly white school, we really don't understand, like, the impact that has until later on. Because it really, I know it had me confused.
Yeah.
Had me really feeling like I really got to straighten my curly hair.
Yeah.
Wear these messy buns and just fit into this. And it's not good. Like, we really have to see people like ourselves. And that's why I really believe in, like, we have to teach our youth. Like, they got to see us. They have to see young Black women teaching these people so they can see people who looks like them. They have to see excellence, Black excellence.
Yes,
someone they can relate to, because it really has an impact on us.
Yeah, someone with their true self, showing up as some true selves. I would see girls come with, like, no makeup on to work. I was working in Maryland at the time, in D.C. I was doing an internship one summer. And every Black woman, D.C. is DMV, is Black, okay? It's close to ATL in the Blackness.
Yeah.
And so they would come to work, beautiful Black women with no makeup on.
Wow.
And I'd never seen that before. That was during the time. That was the summer before I went to the hospital. So I was still putting makeup on every day. And so I said, wow, I can come to work without makeup on. And they were like, I love your hair. And, like, I was like, thank you. And it was just my hair, curly. She's like, and then some girl said, I had curly hair. Like, it was just different things. And seeing another Black woman in their truth, in their own skin, with their own hair, their own body. You know what I'm saying?
Because they want us to hate ourselves. Like, this is so deep.
Yes.
This is so deep. And the media has been programming us to, like, to just steer away from our truest self.
Yes.
I'm so glad, like, we have gained the consciousness, awareness of who we are, and, like, how whole we are, how beautiful we are, not just aesthetically outside, like, inside.
Yes. There's a depth to you. You know what I'm saying? And I can feel it. It's felt. So, like, for that to even be prominent in who you are when you speak, the room shakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the woman I've always wanted to be. Wow. So, like, God bless you. And, like, even as you progress in this journey, know that you are a gem. You're a legend.
Wow.
Like, for real.
Wow, that means so much.
Bro, I ain't gassing you. Baby, this the truth, okay? This the truth.
Tell the truth. We got
too sexy for that cat.
Come on. And that's why I feel like we are too sexy for the cat. For unprotected, anything. Just to give our body away as well.
Girl.
What you think about just being too sexy for this world?
Listen. And I'm going to keep bringing scripture up, so fight me.
Yeah.
Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. That means your body, your womb, your mind is greater than anybody that you let insert themselves into you. Like, even the men, like, these men are not worthy of your vagina. Like, and it just is what it is.
Honestly. But, like, we don't understand the impact, like, sex has as well. The unplanned pregnancies, the sexually transmitted diseases.
The body and soul transfer. That can kill you more than the disease.
Talk about it.
Seriously.
Talk to us, baby.
That soul tie is real, man. People, it's different for a man because we were talking about this earlier. Women are closer to God. And so being a woman, it's like a clear, blessed water, like a holy water. You don't put dirt in holy water because it's too sacred. So, sir, if you are not adding to me, helping me grow, and I can't do the same for you, first of all, why are we talking? Why are we communicating? You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you want something from someone. It's just that women often put themselves in unreciprocated relationships. Like, they're giving them all themselves. Beautiful women, top tier, 10 out of 10.
Giving the bare minimum.
Getting
the bare minimum.
You gonna
oh God, you see, God protected that. Getting the bare minimum from these brothers.
Bare minimum. And they know no better. They've never been given nothing more. So they think a nigga they think a man tricking on them, buying them stuff. They thinking like, oh yeah, he loves me. Like, I got me a good one. It's not because he's cheating on you and he's lying to you and he doesn't value you and he sees you the same as any other girl and he knows that you'll take some money and that's all.
That's
you don't
all
have any
you
more
need.
value. Yeah.
And money is paper. It's not.
Literally paper.
It truly serves no value within the soul. Money should not impress you. It should not move you. It should not make you throw it down, open your legs, shake it open, pop it open, pop on that pole, do cartwheel. It shouldn't make you do none of that stuff.
It's paper. And you can sit still and speak and make $1 billion. You don't gotta take nothing off, baby. You know.
You don't gotta take nothing off.
Nothing.
And I understand, like when women operate from that way because they just got to a numb place. They must have been taken advantage of because unfortunately it's a difference between men and a male. These male species are predators, are rapists, are truly sexually harassing women. Just when we walk out the house, we at danger. Even I heard men say that they are at danger by other males. That's a red flag. You're not at danger by no woman. Women are angels, angelic. So we have to understand and hold these type of male species accountable because they operating like zombies and savages, straight dogs out here. They on an animalistic mindset being right now.
It's funny you say that. And it's all love for men. We are not hating men. It is rooted in the white man supremacy. And when you just said animal, I literally thought how they compared us to less than a dog back in 400 years ago or before. They compared us to animals. So we were dogmatic. Men were dogmatic. They were hung. They were on trees. Even women. But men always have it 10 times harder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As far as in the physical. So I think that spirit of the enemy is definitely predominant in black men. And they are sometimes harmless and blameless because it was ingrained in their DNA. It's deep.
Yeah. And that's why they are the most likely to commit suicide is like men as well because out of all of the pressure that they have on them and society and like looking for them to be a provider and a protector, but they haven't even been protecting themselves. They don't know nothing about no self-love. A lot of these brothers don't know nothing about loving themselves.
They hate themselves. Majority of black men hate themselves because they're not where they want to be financially.
And like, that should not define you. And I understand that's what most this era is thriving off of, like, financial gain from another person. And I'm like, that should not define you. That should not move you. Like, you are more than, like, what you got in your bank account right now. If you think $1 million is gonna make you happy, it's in the mail. Just wait for it. You feel me? But why do we feel like some type of a couple commas gonna make you more happy if you're not already internally happy?
It's like we have an outside-in strategy, and everything's inside out. Everything is inside out. I don't care who you are, how much money you have. Everything's inside out. So we may see $1 billion Bill Gates, but we don't know what his marriage is like.
Oh yeah, he just got divorced.
Really?
He just got divorced. I believe so. I believe so. Or it was Jeff Bezos. One of them.
Yes.
One of them. I think they ended up. But that's how we said before. A lot of these marriages don't last. Like, I think it's like it's a 50-50. You're gambling. Because if you're not thriving in your singleness, what makes you think you're about to thrive in being in a partnership?
You're not. You're just going to be hit. All them things, if you're going through it long, going to be thrown back in your face by someone else.
Because that's all we're doing is just mirroring each other.
Yes.
Your partner is your biggest reflection. And why did Ayanla, the OG, say that relationships are not supposed to be fun? They are supposed to be healing. Like, they're supposed to help you heal. So we're going in there as the idea, like, of relationships supposed to be fun and Instagram this and vacations and holidays. But this is like a service industry. This is like a healing that we both entering into together. But if you're putting someone above your own healing, all you're going to do is feel remorseful towards this person and thinking that they owe you something because you're not putting yourself first.
Many people are unconscious that they're unhealed, though. There's not many people that know they're not healed. So 2 unconscious, ignorant people coming into one relationship is toxicity. Red flags.
Red flag! In the plate!
Yeah, it's because the spirit isn't highlighted in our generation. And in order for you to have all that money you want to have and sustain it and to have a legacy, there has to be something spiritual going on and stirring up.
You think God about to just give you $1 million because you asked for it and you don't even know what you're going to do with it? Yes. But then that's another thing, like, these unconscious people coming together and then they create another unconscious being having sex, because all a baby come from is just because you having sex. So it's not a big congratulations from me you gonna get, because all you did was just had this unprotected physical act because you're thriving in lust. You're thriving in lust thinking that's going to give you some fulfillment. And now the kid is in a detrimental place because of this unconscious beings that they're operating from. So now the kid has no stability, no true guidance, because who are they truly going to look up to when the parents didn't even take time to do the personal development? We got to take time for personal development, but we skip that because they don't teach us that in school, like to develop yourself.
I did a proposal on a holistic self-care program, but starting in high school, because I think it was middle school, because it's those ages where you're highly influenced. You need that. Why are we learning math and science and this person does not know who they are? They don't know God. They don't know spirit. They don't even know what spirit or soul or anything is. They don't know why they hate themselves. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know why they're here.
Yeah, and I think there are personal development classes, but they be about health. You can't have health without your spirit being right. Everything's backwards, and I think it's because we want to ignore religion. We want to not ignore religion, but religion and spirit are separate. So you teaching someone about their holistic self, mind, body, soul, spirit, that's not putting in Islam or Christianity or anything or Catholic. It's just saying you need this first, baby, to get this first. And you can choose whatever religion you want, but that's needed for our youth.
God.
Because all they see is surface. Even in school, numbers and science and words. Okay, let's take a step back. How are you feeling today, sir?
Oh.
What's going on at home? Why were you late to class? You suspending Johnny. Johnny's dad is in jail. His mom is on drugs. His grandma just died. He in house by himself, but ain't telling nobody. We don't get to the core until it's too late, until Johnny got shot, or Johnny shot somebody, or he's in jail.
Right. The signs be there. The red flags be there. We be ignoring the red flags.
That's needed, Tara. Yeah.
And I believe that we are called to that, because if we see it, that's when we got to do something about it. We can't just wait for somebody to happen. I feel like God called us to do something about it.
Yes, ma'am. Hallelujah. Yes. And if that's not enough motivation for you, anybody watching, like as an individual, to get your stuff together, the youth, then I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta want it.
Yeah, it starts within, and that's just on period. Like,
that's on period.
Yes, it's on period. It should do shine harder. Let me tell you, Jay-Z Hove even said that spiritual stuff really worked in his song. He had to tap in himself.
You got to, because we're not just a human just existing, and this is just a coincidence that you're watching this and that we're here. It's nothing is a coincidence when it's ordained and it's aligned.
Hallelujah.
Man, before we close out, I would love for you to just give some advice, whatever comes to mind, whatever that you need to hear to tell your inner child to keep driving.
Wow. That was beautiful the way you just said that. Wow. So from my inner child to your inner child.
Yeah, because that's all we operating from.
Honor your seed. Honor your seed. You talked in the beginning about, we're planting something and it's growing and, it's a process. Honor the seed. Nourish that seed. Water that seed in your own timing. Don't neglect that seed, because it'll never grow into a flower or a plant or a tree. You know what I'm saying? Honor your seed. Honor it. Nourish it. Sit in it. Bask in it. Don't rush it. Because who are you trying to catch up with? When you're trying to catch up with somebody else, you're going to trip and fall and have to build a new seed. So honor your soil. You know what I'm saying? The people around you. You the seed. Your production is a seed. Your business is a seed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is on your heart and spirit to pursue is your seed. So whoever's surrounding it, make sure they're nourishing, and only quality people are allowed around you. You know what I'm saying? That seed is sacred. The soil is sacred. And what's going to bloom is going to go so crazy.
Oh, and they don't have it overnight now. It don't happen. Wow, thank you so much. This is going to be like many more to come. But this is just like one of many. But I just want to thank you so much for showing up for yourself and showing up for us as well. But being so authentic and vulnerable to us.
Thank you.
Because it's going to save someone. And everybody can relate, because we all felt that way. Like, we all trying to figure it out. We all trying to, like, identify, like, what is love. And the true love that's with all is God. God is love. That's what we should seek first.
Yes, you just put over. Seek first the kingdom, and all good things will be given to you. All righteous things will be given to you. Wealth, abundance. Yes. Hey, we can talk forever, so
we're going to end that there.
Yes. Period. We bouncing and bouncing and bouncing back.
Oh, but you're going to be back for many more.
Yes, ma'am. ATL living, baby.
Come on, ATL. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, tapping in. Can you tell us where we can, like, stay connected with you?
Yes. You can follow my Instagram, Asada Cheers. ASSA. I'm sure she'll put something. Asada.
Yes, gotta edit it.
Follow my Instagram, Asada Cheers. It's probably gonna change soon. All right, let me just start over.
Literally.
Follow my Instagram below.
Say like that.
It took us a while to get.
Thank you, Bailey, so much for tuning in, tapping in. We gonna miss you at the top, baby.